Hello, everybody. This is Mo Dirty Bastard. I'm here with a new segment that I want to call my issue with, and I'll basically be like complaining and talking about different things. It all depends on the situation, and I'm trying to make it as like current event as possible, so it can feel up to date and stuff like that. Doesn't really feel like I'm just kind of like bashing on older things, but yeah, it's my new little segment with the House of Pain people. Shout out to ODD and Breeze Lou. Um, we doing our things and stuff like that with the page. Trying to test new things and see where we go with this. But yeah, this is my portion of the channel, and the first episode I want to dedicate to the Bullet Club. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of Bullet Club and even bigger fan of New Japan. This is nothing in particular of a personal aspect. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it from a quote unquote kayfabe, if we want to be, uh, you know, that thorough and use that term. But it's really involving the storyline that happened between Kenny Omega, Tonga, and Cody Rhodes. Now, excuse me. Now, I since I've been busy because of work and other things that I'm doing, I haven't really been able to catch every single part of this story. Breeze has been trying his hardest to like really keep up. At least not keep up. He keeps up, no matter what. He's gonna keep up with his New Japan and his Bullet Club, but to keep up with me and letting me know like what's going on. Where there's clips or pictures or whatever, he just lets me know. Um, but sometimes I'm just like so busy at home, like cleaning and organizing stuff, and at work, because I do like 8-9 hour shifts, and when I get home, I'm just like, oh, whatever, you know. So maybe some of the things that I might say might make sense or might not, or I might miss things that I haven't caught. So I don't want, if somebody was to comment by any chance and they say, oh well, you didn't mention this, or you obviously didn't see that. I'm giving you a warning right now. I don't know 100% of the story. I'm just going on by what I've known. So in saying that, um, let me go and say, all right. So from what I can tell, there was a inner strife in Bullet Club with Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes, right? And at the beginning, it seemed like they were all cool and everything was fine, but then it seemed like Cody was kind of making his own name and kind of seeing himself as the de facto leader of Bullet Club. Now, which is I thought was great. I thought that was a great story. That was great booking. It was great because I in fact can see Cody as a leader of the Bullet Club. Just because of namesake and because of the way he can speak, the way he looks, and the way he can promote himself. He has like the no pun intended, and maybe a little bit pun intended actually, the total package. You got to be like really like a fucking like wrestling guy to get that. Anyway, um, yeah. So they was building up the story. I'm sorry for like the pause. I'm just trying to like make sure I have everything in order in my head before I speak it. Um, yeah. So there was supposed to be like a civil war going on between them, right? So that was all cool with me. I liked it. I like Kenny Omega going against Cody, Cody going against Kenny Omega, them kind of splitting the Bullet Club down the middle. Them fighting for leadership. I understand that. So now I think it was in All In. I think it was All In that they were supposed to have a match, and I think they probably still having it. I'm not sure, but like maybe like last month from this date, which is the 30th of July. Um, they got back together. They shook hands, and this is because of Tamatonga. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Tamatonga has been like he's like original Bullet Club. Like he's been there since like the get go. He's like he's just like OG BC. How like Finn Balor And AJ got those shirts, the OGBC. He's one of those, man. He's legit one of those. And because Tonga cut a promo where he was saying that he was kind of tired of where Bullet Club was going, and like he wanted to bring back Bullet Club to like how it was, but then he betrays them. Then he just beats all of them up. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Cody, everybody. Well, not them, but like the other Bullet Club members. So, what's going on? Like, what is it? To me, the story seemed like it was going to be Cody and Omega for full leadership of Bullet Club. But the situation with that is that if you wanted to, if that's what they set up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what they had set up. That's the booking, the story. That's what it said. It said Kenny Omega versus Cody to fight for leadership because there's a civil war in Bullet Club, right? The whole hashtag Bullet Club is all right, is okay, or whatever, So what does Tonga have to do with this? Like, don't get me wrong. I don't mean that question in a way of saying that I don't like Tonga. I would never want him to be leader. I want him to be leader. If anything, before Cody, I wanted Tonga to be leader because rightfully he should be leader because he's been there the longest. Now I'm not critiquing his mic skills because I think he does have good mic skills for how he speaks, and he's a good wrestler, obviously. But where is he? Like, what does he fit in this? Because you're showcasing Kenny Omega and Cody as Bullet Club, right? They're fighting for Bullet Club, and then Tonga comes out of nowhere saying like, I'm tired of this. And in the midst of that, in the middle of that, like Kenny Omega does the golden lovers, and I'm just like, how does this, like, what is it that you're trying to pitch to me? Are you trying to pitch to me a civil war between Cody and Omega versus the leadership of Bullet Club, or a triple like battle for the leadership of Bullet Club? Like, what is it that you're trying to showcase to me? And this is where I feel New Japan, and I should say the booking of New Japan, when it comes to that, dropped the ball. I feel that I don't know if it's that they didn't know where to go or they didn't know what they was doing. And I don't know. Like, I thought this whole time it was gonna be Kenny Omega versus Cody. And to Breeze Lou, this gonna all seem like a repeat to him because me and him had a conversation about this over the phone. So most of the stuff he's just gonna already know what I'm saying. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, the booking was going between the civil war between Kenny Omega, then Tonga does this thing, and then you have, Omega do his tag team thing, and then I'm like, okay, so what are we doing now? That's my question. Like, what are we doing now? Is it Tonga versus Kenny, Tonga versus Cody? Like, I feel like there was such a clusterfuck of like the story that I don't understand what had happened, and I had told Breeze what I felt the story should have been, which I will give to you in a minute, and that's most likely going to take up most of the this little mini podcast audio or whatever. But yeah, so I felt like they really messed up with that because they were really going somewhere with Cody and Omega, and they still are, I guess, because they're doing the All In or whatever, but it doesn't seem as personal. It doesn't seem as it's very trivial now. Like, it does, like, now the match is just a match. It's not a match that has a built-in story or like, well, it does because they got back together or whatever, but like there was an animosity. Like, how do you take a story where you have one of the most infamous stables in the history of wrestling and currently, and you have you wipe that story between two of their top guys just like that, just like you just brush it off your shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Like, you was building on something for like a year, almost 2 years, because to me that story started as soon as Cody joined the Bullet Club. That's when it started, and at least to me, in my opinion, that was just like the seeds. Like, he's in there, WWE guy, at least how it's seen from the outside perspective, and he's in there making his name. He got the hot wife, Brandy. She's just Mandy Rose is just sexy as fuck. Anyway, she's doing her thing or whatever, and then he's dressing up with the suits, which is I thought it was very smart from Cody that, and I've always said this to the guys in House of Pain that he was really smart. He sees the rest of Bullet Club, they dress like, some of them, not all of them, they're just very raggedy, they're just very street-like. Some of them are just like, very wrestling-like wise and stuff like that, and all this stuff. So Cody comes in and he's just like, I'm gonna just have a suit on. You know what I'm saying? Like he just has a suit and he has a tie. And he has the the corporate haircut, as I call it. He has the wife with the dresses, with the skimpy dresses, and like he made his own stake on Bullet Club in such a short amount of time because of just the way he promoted himself. It was great. It was good stuff. So that's why I don't get where this whole Kenny and Cody, they were beefing for like a year and a half, and then like all of a sudden they're just friends because Tonga wanted to like attack people in the Bullet Club. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I guess it makes sense because if there's something that Cody sees more than himself and Kenny sees more himself, it's the Bullet Club. You can tell me that those two see the Bullet Club as bigger than themselves, and they would risk like joining up to beat up whoever's beating up the Bullet Club, even if they can't get along in the Bullet Club. But it just seems so random to me. Like, it just seems so kind of like last minute booking, like where it's just like we gotta do something. I don't understand. Like, maybe I'm missing something. Like I said, like maybe there was something I didn't catch, or maybe something I'm mistaken it for. I don't know, but it just seems so random to have Tonga just be like, hey, you know what? I'm bringing back New Club to this thing and blah, blah, blah. And then have Kenny jump and do the Golden Lovers. And then, like, Cody just kind of stay in there as a somewhat leader. But, like, Tonga's kind of like the somewhat leader. It's very bizarre. It was very bizarre for me. But anyway, I was talking to Breeze about this. And I said, I felt the storyline ultimately should have been Tonga versus Cody. Now, the way I would have done it is, Cody fights Omega and Cody beats Omega. So that's the end. Like right here, like at All In, Cody fights Omega, right? And then bam, that's it. Cody beats Omega, right? At this point, Tonga hasn't done the whole what you call it, like Bullet Club this, I'm bringing back Bullet Club to how it was, screw this, we were gangster as fuck and all that stuff. Like, we're not doing that, not yet. We're like, he's still with the team. It's still Cody versus Kenny, yada, right? And Kenny and Omega and Cody didn't make up and nothing like that, right? So we go to All In. Cody beats Omega. And this is Omega's soft goodbye from Bullet Club. He doesn't get jumped out. He doesn't get, like, uninitiated. He just gets, like, he gets excommunicated, like a Pope style. That he fucking excommunicates his ass. Like that. He goes. And I don't want no, like, handshake, no none of that shit. I fucking hate that sometimes. I fucking hate that. And I understand that, like, in the source of wrestling, at certain matches, certain people, a handshake means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's scripted or not. But I don't want this. I don't want that shit here. I don't want this shit. Keep the kayfabe. Keep the kayfabe. You know what I mean? So, Kenny, he's just like, hey, you know what? Like, it was a good match regardless. I still got respect for you. Puts out his handshake, and Cody just laughs at him. He's like, yo, get out of my ring. What are you talking about, a handshake? I beat you. I'm the new leader. Because he's conceited. He's like, he's kind of like, not exactly like him, but like he's like a sprinkle of the Miz. He kind of has like this Hollywood glamour to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has this thing about him, but he thinks he's above people. And he's like, get out of here, get out of my ring. I beat you fair and square. You should have never been the leader. I should have been the leader. Yada yada, right? Obviously I'm not doing it as romantic, but they'll do it their own way, and that's what I would like to pitch. Anyway, you go like months down the line, you could have like Cody having Cody in these promos where stay with me, he's promoting Bullet Club as more than just a wrestling organization. He's pushing it as it's a business, is a monopoly, is it's like capitalism to him, it's economy. It's like he doesn't see Bullet Club as a wrestling stable. He doesn't see it as what it was purely intended to be. He sees this as a cash cow. And this would fit Cody. Cody comes out with the suit, with the glamour girl, with the shades, with the little pretty square jaw face. You know what I'm saying? It fits him. It fits him. He has the little conceitedness to him that he thinks he's a big shot. He's better than her. It would fit him. They would have him doing promos where he's talking to people in suits. I don't give a fuck if it's a fake company. So just sell me on it. He's talking to guys about merchandising, about making short movies, and I know Bullet Club has like these podcasts and these YouTube videos, and they sell out merch, like shirts and stuff like that. That's all in the wrestling world. I'm talking about they trying to make movies, they trying to make shows, he's trying to get contract deals, and he's benefiting off the money. He's the one getting the sign off. He's signing the contracts. He's not going to Bullet Club and asking them, hey, maybe we should do this. He's doing it by himself. Why? Because he's the leader. And he feels that as the leader, this is not a stable anymore. It's a dictatorship. So this is where Tonga comes in. This is now we could have this story being driven for like months. Give it like months. I don't know how long you want to keep it as, but maybe 4 or 5 months of this. But the thing is that when New Japan, they don't do a lot of promos every fucking month. They do it like here and there. But whatever. I don't know how long you want to keep it. Like maybe a year, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't give it a year. I should give it like 6 months, right? But in this time that you see like Cody doing this for Bullet Club, Cody doing that with Bullet Club, trying to make it like a brand, You see in the outskirts, in the background, Tonga, he always has his face like he's unsure. What are we doing? What is he doing? This isn't what Bullet Club was about. And why is he leader? Why are we letting him do this? What's going on with this team? We used to be thugs, man. We used to be gangsters. We used to just fuck people up, man. You know what I'm saying? We were the Westerners. We were the foreigners, who used to terrorize these people. And now all of a sudden, like, we just became like a cash cow. We just became like a blockbuster movie. Like, don't care about story, don't care about potency. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the money. It's all about the brand. And it's at this point, Bullet Club is not even Bullet Club's brand. It's Cody's brand. He's making it his own. He's pulling a Vince McMahon. He's taking something and trying to make money out of it, trying to make a business out of it. And this would be perfect. This is where Tonga comes in. You see months and months of frustration, and then he does that promo. He does that promo where he gets all fucking Samoan gangsta on these motherfuckers. When he's just like, what the fuck is going on? What are we doing? Bullet Club used to be this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? We used to be like hardcore wrestlers, stiff motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Strong style pieces of shit. Like we was like, what are we now? All we are is just like a cash register. We gotta go to the puberty of it. You know what I'm saying? And this is where Tama Tonga comes in. And this is why I wanted to have this rivalry between those two, because more so than it being for the leadership of Bullet Club, right? Tonga versus Cody. It would be a battle of two ideas. It would be a battle of a corporate Bullet Club against the OG BC Bullet Club. It's more than just these two guys going against each other. It's more than just two wrestlers. It's two different ideas going against each other. It's this rich guy. He wants to make money off this group. You know what I'm saying? He uses this group for his own benefits and stuff like that, and all this crap. If y'all by chance to hear outside, I'm not outside, but I'm kind of near to noise, so just mind that. That's how real this shit is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be used to it. If y'all listen to House Pain, y'all always hear shit in the background. Be grown up, motherfuckers. Anyway, this is the two ideas of like, oh, let me go back. I'm losing myself. It's more than just two wrestlers. It's two ideas. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would pitch. I would pitch Cody, this flamboyant Hollywood Bullet Club money cash machine guy, against Tonga, this rugged, tough, not so pretty, but he's rougher around the edges. It's perfect. They're polar opposites. So that's how I would like to set them up, and then eventually Tonga and Cody fight each other for the leadership of the Bullet Club. Shit, you can have Bullet Club outside in the ring, turn this into a lumberjack match, and have them decide who they want to beat up, and maybe have to split. I don't know, maybe not a lumberjack match, but have them out there just to make it more dramatic, just to have more flair into the match. And they can have, but I would like them to have an Iron Man match. I don't know why, maybe an hour, but I would like them to have an Iron Man match. I don't know why. That's the only thing I cannot answer you. I can't answer myself. Why would I want them to see an Iron Man match? Maybe it's just because I always see an Iron Man match as this like crazy like thing. But then like New Japan already did like hour matches and like hour 10 matches with like Kenny and all of them, Kenny and Okada. So like whatever, it's not really that much of a flair thing. But I don't know. It's still like more than one pinfall and stuff like that. So I guess it's like Anyway, that's neither here or there. But that's the story I would have pitched. Now, a lot of people probably wouldn't like it. Well, maybe a lot of y'all probably wouldn't like it. And y'all probably will say something about it. But I think that would have been great. I think that would have been a great story. And I thought it would have been a perfect way to end not just Kenny. Kenny gets beat by Cody. He goes away. But then Tonga and Cody fight. And then Cody gets beaten. And Cody goes away and separates himself from the Bullet Club. And then now Tonga's the leader of the Bullet Club. And now he's the main guy. Now he's the next superstar to take the mantle. You know what I'm saying? So everybody kind of wins. Because Kenny did his time with Bullet Club and he gets a shine and he got golden lovers. He could do whatever. Kenny is made man. Kenny is a made man. No disrespect to Bullet Club. Kenny doesn't need Bullet Club anymore. I'm not saying that he should have split. But he doesn't need them anymore. He can do his own thing right now. And he'd be fine. Cody, to me, it's hard to say, but I don't think he needed Bullet Club. But I'm for sure him being in Bullet Club skyrocketed him to another platform than he was before he was in Bullet Club. Definitely. So, but he does that, and then they both like do the thing with Bullet Club, then they go off and they still who they are. And now Tonga, who maybe to some people wasn't seen as like this big shot guy next to Omega and Cody, now he's a big shot now, because now he's bringing back Bullet Club to how it was, I don't want to make this video audio longer than like 30 minutes, so because I have like a lot of promos in my head that I was thinking from Tonga, and doing with like the Bullet Club and stuff like that. But I don't want to get into it. But like I said, like that would have been the perfect story, because you have two different wrestlers, two different looks, two different images, and two different ideas that I would book going into them. And you could pick a side. If maybe some might agree with Cody that Bullet Club is just a money making thing. It's just really to make money now. Who cares about what their origins are anymore? It's now escalated to this point where now it's a corporate entity now. You can make money out of it. Why not take advantage of it? And maybe some people might agree with Cody. But then there might be some of the originals that are going to be on Tonga's side saying, look, nah, man, he's been there since day one, and I've been there since day one with Bullet Club, and that's not what they're about. They're not about making movies with Bullet Club, doing all this stuff. They're about getting down in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So now, like you have potential of different viewpoints, different crowd reactions. Like, the possibilities are endless, at least in my eyes, And but like, going back to like what the title of this thing was, that was my issue, is that I felt like they didn't really make a great story with those two. Or should I say with those three? And it's coming to a point where New Japan is just doing, like with those three, they were just doing quote unquote crazy shit after crazy shit just to keep your attention, And I felt they dropped the ball. And the reason why I wanted to say that about them is because I'm surprised. I'm surprised by New Japan. Not that they don't fuck up, but I'm surprised they fucked up something that they were doing so well. And I hope they don't fall into this little thing where they're fucking up good stories, because they won't be no different than WWE, and because WWE is just, not saying that, to me WWE does their good things, and I can see a lot of good things now, but when it comes to like trying to keep people's attention, it's just crazy. So yeah, that is crazy. So yeah, like I thought they dropped the ball with that, but that's just an opinion. Like I said, that's just an opinion. Who knows? And I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens at All In. We'll see what happens, later on in the year, 2018, going into 2019. I hope all three of these guys do well. And you know what? Maybe some might not agree. I hope to see all of them in WWE, at least on NXT, the least. And I'm pretty sure they won't be able to do what they did in New Japan, but I wouldn't mind seeing them there just to see what they do there. That's it. I don't expect them to be up like doing crazier stuff than New Japan, but I just want to see what they do there, especially if they have Omega and Tonga there with Cody and like, all these Bullet Club members in there. I'm pretty sure they would do something with that. But yeah, like I said, let's see how it all turns out. I hope everybody has a good night, because I'm it's like 6:47 right now. But yeah, like everybody have a good night. If you're going to SummerSlam and NXT, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have fun. I'm trying to get plans together so I could go with the fellas to see that Ring of Honor / New Japan hybrid they're doing over there in MSG. Damn, do they eat? Oh man, these little bastards. Anyway, hopefully y'all agree or like what I did, or if you didn't, leave a comment and see where y'all feel I fucked up, even though I know I didn't. Fuck y'all, I'm perfect. And stay tuned for episode 2, and subscribe to House of Pain, and have a nice night, motherfuckers.